Hello everybody, welcome back to Crafting Chaos with Melanie. I hope everybody's doing good today. Today's a fun video. We are going to be making packaging for the folio that we've made and the cards that we made. So if you'd like to learn how to do this, continue watching. Alright guys, today we are going to be making a bag, and I have already recorded this and it didn't record. I didn't hit the record button. So we're going to do this again. A little bit different. Paper's a little different, but it's okay. Same, it all still goes together. What I wanted to do was to give you a way of making a cohesive, beautiful, handmade gift for somebody special that you wanted a special gift. Something that nobody else has and you can't go out to the store and buy. And the first video, we did the cards. I will link all these videos below. And the second one, part of the video series, are the videos that we're doing on this. We did the folio, the beautiful folio. And so today we're bringing all this together and we're going to make the packaging. We're using 2 sheets of 12 by 12. And I had to pull in some scraps because this isn't double-sided paper. If you use double-sided paper, then you do not need any more paper. All you will need is the 2 sheets of 12 by 12. All right. The paper that I pulled this from is the Snowflakes and Spruce. This is from Catherine Puller Designs. I really love this paper, and this paper coordinates with what we were doing before, okay? You'll need a scoreboard, a scoring tool, something to burnish it with. You'll need glue. I'm going to pull in the precision press, the glue press, and I also have double stick. And you will need a hole punch and some ribbon, okay? All right, let's get started, guys. This is an easy one, but a good one. All right. This paper, to me, does not have really an orientation. So it really doesn't matter what your top is. If you have a paper that has a certain orientation, you want to figure out what is going to be the top of your page. And if it's double-sided paper, you need to look at the direction that's going to fold down. So what I mean, the first score we're going to do on this is a 2-inch score, okay? So we're going to come down here and very lightly, I don't have my right tool here because I can't find it. I don't want to do it too heavy because of the smallness of this. Now, if you can follow me a minute, this top part is going to fold down to make the top of the bag. So, if you have a direction, you want to make sure when you score, the direction that you want is the direction that you see, okay? I should have done a double-sided paper. I might do one later and show you, but it's pretty easy to figure out. Just make sure you have it the direction you want, okay? And that 2-inch score is going to be the top of the bag, okay? So then after you do the 2-inch score on the 12 by 12 paper, you're going to turn it, and you're going to do 3-inch scores. So we're just going to score this paper at 3 inches. I'm just doing it very lightly. We're going to flip it. We're going to score it again at 3 inches. And we're going to score it again at 3 inches. All right. Now we're going to take the second sheet and we're going to do the exact same scores. Nothing's different here. So you're going to score it at 2. 2, that is going to be the top of your bag. You're going to flip it over and you're going to score it 3. 3 and 3. All right, that's it on the scoring. That's all you need. Okay, now you'll need to get your scissors, and this is where your scissors are going to come in. All right, so let's find the score line for the 2 inches. This is my 2-inch score line up here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold this down, okay? I'm just going to get a quick little burnish. All right. Then we're going to go down here to the bottom. We're going to go ahead and we're going to score. Let's just go ahead and score all this. All right. Okay. So the first cut you're going to make, now you're at the bottom, so make sure, you know, this is the top. And I'm going to go ahead and I am just going to tape down this top a little bit. Let me take this down so I can keep it right there. Okay, so this is the top, okay? So at the bottom, the first cut you're going to make on the first sheet of paper is you're going to take your first score line on each side. And you're going to cut from the bottom to the top in that score line, okay? And I can tell you, sometimes I think this could be easier with an X-Acto blade, an X-Acto knife, and a ruler. But all I'm doing, I hope you can see this, is I'm just cutting that, okay? Do you see that? All right, let's get over here to this one. And I'm going to cut. There we go. Let's just go ahead and, I didn't get it up far enough. Make sure you get it cut to that top of that score line. Do you see that? All right, so that's the first page. First page, you cut from the bottom to the top of the score line, okay? All right, let's come in here to the second page. Let's find our top. This is our top. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just doing this to show you, okay? Okay, so on this one, you have your score lines at the bottom here, right? Let's go ahead and score. And score. Okay, so on this one, you're going to go from the top score line here, your first score line from the bottom. You're going to go from the outside in, okay? Very easy. You're going to find that score line and you're going to cut from the outside to the inside to that first score line, okay? So let's come over here and we're just going to give this a really quick cut. And you just want to make sure that you get that to that score line. Not over it, but to it. I definitely got the wrong scissors for this. Okay, see that? Okay. Let's see if I got any quick scissors here. Guys, I need scissors. If you can believe that, I need little scissors. Not the big ones. All right, so I got a smaller pair. Yeah, those others are too thick. And we're cutting to the middle. Okay, see that? All right, so your first one is going to be from the bottom to the top, okay? Your second one is from the outside to the inside, all right? So the next thing we're going to do, we are going to put tape on the outside pieces here. So I'm going to put an X here because you're not going to see them. We're going to put tape right here on these sheets right here on both sides, okay? I'm going to use a double stick because it's a strong adhesive. You can use liquid glue, whatever it is you want to do. Just make sure you don't go over the score line here. I don't need to see my score line. Right here is just your preference, okay? I'm just putting 3 pieces because I want to make sure that it's sturdy and glued. And flip it over, and we're going to do the same here. So we're just going to go glue and glue. Now, like you said, you can use liquid glue. I did use liquid glue on a couple of the other ones I've made. All right, so let's get this piece. I'm going to do the same. We're just going to get some tape on these pieces. Right. I couldn't believe that I did this and it wasn't on record. I was so upset. I was so upset. I'm like, oh my God. I'm sure anybody that does videos has done that more than once. I'm sure that won't be the last time for me. Okay, so let's get this and get this. Now, we got that, and I do want to give that a very good press down. Make sure that's good and pressed down so it comes off. All All right, good and press down, and good and press down. Okay, so let's take this first one. I'm going to go ahead and I want to glue this down. I don't like it flippy floppy. All right, so I'm going to glue it. Just making sure not to get glue in that area of the score right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this score tape off. So let's just take the score tape off. Guys, I wish I could have pretty nails for you guys. I just can't do it. Sorry. My husband loves it when I have nails, and I can't work in them. Nails would be good right here. All right. Okay, so we got all the glue off on this. Just throw this to the side here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start forming the box. So all you want to do is you take your first piece in, just like, I'm sure you've done this so many times. And we're going to line that up. And your second one, we're going to do the same. Making sure the outside's lined up pretty good. Right? And we're just going to give that a burnish. Now, it's not exact. You can see I got a little hangover. That's okay. It does not matter. All right. And I'm sure the hangover is because of the way I cut on the score line. The scissors just, they were too thick for it. They were cutting a little bit outside the score line, which is fine. Guys, this is a gift bag. This doesn't have to be crazy, insane perfection. And it's handmade. I mean, anything handmade, it's not going to be perfect. I think that's the charm of handmade items. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take this one. This one's going to fold a little bit differently, okay? This one's going to hit the side of the bag, all right? So what you want to do is you want to fold up to the side, and there it hits. And the same way on this side. You just want to fold up until that bottom hits it. And there you go. Do you see where we're going with this? Now, I didn't glue that down, and I should have. So, if that doesn't even bother you, then don't worry about it. It definitely is not it's not that big of a deal. Big deal. Okay. Now, what do you think we do now? We just take the bag, and we make the bag. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. So we're going to do the glue on the inside here. Now this is where I'm going to use liquid glue. I'm using liquid glue here because I want to be able to play just a minute or two. Or, you know, a few seconds, not a minute. But you want to be able to have a little bit of room to maneuver. And if you use double stick tape here, guys, you cannot do that. Double stick tape, when it makes contact, it's down. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you have room to maneuver. So this, to me, is the ideal place for the wet glue. Okay, so let's put that up there. And we're going to take this piece, and we're just going to set this inside, right? And we're going to try to get everything as lined up as we can. Now remember, this is handmade. This is not going to be perfect. And that's okay. It's okay if it doesn't line up absolutely perfect, because by the time you get it decorated and everything's inside of it, it just does not matter. Now I'm just going to take my little burnishing tool here, and I'm just going to give everything inside here a good burnish. Voila, you have a bag. Now, you do have seams, so you want to make sure the seams go to the back. All right, this wasn't double-sided paper, so I don't like this white. If you like it white, leave it. You know, whatever you like. I don't. So I got a coordinating piece of paper. This is a 6-inch bag. When you measure it, it's 6 inches. So, and we know this is 2 inches. So I cut 2 pieces of coordinating paper at 5 3/4 by 1 3/4, okay? 5 3/4 and 1 3/4. And the sides, I did 2 3/4 by 1 3/4, okay? So all I did was take off 1/4 of an inch. And we're just going to glue this down. Look at that, how pretty. I love it. Now you can see it's definitely not perfection right there. On the sides, I got off a little bit, but you're not even going to be able to see it. By the time we get the handles on, you're not going to be able to see it at all. Okay. All right, we're almost done with this. Okay, so now we have all the sides done, right? We know this is the back because of the seam, so we'll flip it over. We know this is the front, right? Okay, now let's do our handles. All right, let me show you what I did with the handles. The first couple of ones I did willy-nilly. I just punched some holes and went. So I thought, let's make a template. Is it perfect? No, but it works so much better. So I cut a piece of cardstock at that 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, which is the size of the mat on this. And all I'm going to do is line this up. And you can take a pencil if you want. You can tell I punched through it, which was, you know, probably not the best thing to do. Make you some holes, right? And we're just going to take our hole punch, and this one is the crocodile. As you can tell by the looks of it, I've had this for years and years and years. And I'm just going to come down here, and I'm going to punch the holes. And this makes it get a more even placement than if, you know, you just punch it. Now, is it perfect? Probably not, but it lines up a lot better. Remember, we're not going for perfection here. So I'm just putting some little dots. I have to pull it up. And then I'm just poking the holes. I'm sorry I can't see. I'm trying to show you, but I'm just poking some holes. Okay. Okay. Now we can put all this up. Put that up. And let's get some ribbon out. So I just found some ribbon in my stash. This is from Hobby Lobby. I think this is a beautiful ribbon. I did cut it a little long, 20 inches. That's really long. You don't quite need 20 inches. I would say probably 17, 18 inches, you know, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it in here, and I feel like 20 inches is too long. So I'm going to get what I want in here before I tie the knot. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to pull it down here, and I'm just going to tie a really good knot in this. Now, if it's thinner ribbon, you can do a couple knots. This is thicker, so it definitely knots up pretty well. All right, well, guys, you want to make sure those knots are really tight. And then what I do is I cut the excess off of that knot on the inside. Look at that. You got a handle. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it. So let's go to this side and do the same thing. I'm just going to pull this in here. Maybe. This will be a better way of showing you. And I'm just going to make sure I got a really good knot there, right? So then I want to take this side and do the same and have it to where it's pretty close. So I'm going to knot it. There we go. And then you just want to take it and cut off the edges. Okay. I can't believe I don't have good scissors in here. It just blows my mind how I go through scissors. Blows my mind how I go through scissors. Okay, I got a little bit of that wire out. Let's take that off. Okay, there we go, guys. Look at that. Now, this is where, you know, what I did, and I'm not going to do that. I've done this 3 or 4 times, so I'm just going to show you what I did. Let me find the bags that I have. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to decorate it. What I did was pulled from the cards. Look at this. Do you see this? Everything is very cohesive. And look at this. Do you see that? So that's how I did the bag. I just used the pieces that I had left over from all this, and I just made it all go together. Now, you could do personalized and do a name here. You could have it dangling down as a tag to where they take the tag off and put it on the tree. There's so much you could do with this. So let me show you how it looks when you get it packaged, okay? You put your folio in there, all right? Your card in an envelope, obviously. Put that in there. Take your tissue paper. I'm going to put that in there. Now, how do you think somebody would feel getting that gift? Well, I'll let you know because I'm making 20 of these. So I still have like 14 to go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Again, in the description below, I will have the videos linked from the folio and from the cards that where it all goes together. I would love to see if you guys make any of these. I do have a Facebook page called Crafting Chaos with Melanie. I will link it below as well. Come over and give me a follow and show me some of the stuff that you made. I would love to see it. All right, guys, until tomorrow. Well, let's see. This is going up. I guess this is going up Friday. So I will see you again Sunday. Remember, give me a like and a subscribe. Until Sunday. Bye.